Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources.
New York Times World News. November 13, 1907 America, New York. What is tromethamine, or tris? It helps stabilize COVID vaccines. Also known as tris, the compound helps maintain the pH of vaccines, extending shelf life at warmer temperatures. Vials of the children's version of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine can be stored unopened in regular refrigerators for up to 10 weeks.
BBC News World. November 13, 1904 America, New York. Dress embroidery project unifies women around the world. The artist behind a dress made in global embroidery project said it embodies the unity of women.
November 13, 1831 America, New York. Adoptive parents plead not guilty to murder of daughter, 6, as court documents describe horrific abuse allegations. A Hawaii couple charged with the murder of their adopted 6-year-old daughter pleaded not guilty via an attorney Friday, as court documents allege abusive treatment leading up to the girl's death, including her being kept in a dog cage to stop her searching for food. November 13, 1816 America, New York. U.S. opens probe into Tesla's Autopilot over emergency vehicle crashes. Washington, November 12 Reuters. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA) said it is looking into a consumer report that a Tesla Model Y was involved in an accident while using the company's full self-driving FSD beta software.
Mirror World News. November 13, 1805 America, New York. British Special Forces ready to deploy 600 troops to Ukraine amid Russia invasion fears. British task force of SAS in Paris set to mobilize to Ukraine as MI6 warns the Prime Minister that President Putin could be a threat to Ukraine and the West.
RT World News. November 13, 1752 America, New York. Pope Francis addresses church sex scandals. Pope Francis took time over the weekend to praise the mission of journalists and thank them for exposing the church's sex scandals and helping to keep from being swept under the carpet.
November 13, 1722 America, New York. Airlines offer staff holiday incentives after operational meltdowns. Southwest Airlines is the latest carrier to offer new incentives to its employees during the holidays, as airlines gear up to avoid operational delays during a peak travel season. November 13, 1717 America, New York. Opinion: U.S. can fight inflation and still build back better. Consumer prices in October 2021 were 6.2% higher than a year ago. This is the highest year-over-year price inflation since 1990. It raises three main questions. November 13, 1713 America, New York. Acosta on GOP violence and threats. Where is the accountability? CNN's Jim Acosta reacts to the indictment of former Trump advisor Steve Bannon for contempt of Congress and criticizes members of the GOP for refusing to denounce political threats and violence from the far right.
World CBS News, com. November 13, 1656 America, New York. London calling. UK prepares to honor fallen service members on Remembrance Day. People in the UK are preparing to mark Remembrance Day on Sunday and honor those who lost their lives while serving in the military. Events were cancelled last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
November 13, 1651 America, New York. Opinion: Biden has to do a whole lot more on inflation. In a speech at the Port of Baltimore this week, President Joe Biden acknowledged that inflation was worrisome. With consumer prices increasing 6.2% over the last 12 months, the administration understands that it has a problem on its hands.
BBC News World. November 13, 1635 America, New York. COVID. Dutch accept life within lockdown light. Most in the Netherlands support a new lockdown light, despite anti-lockdown protests making headlines. Mirror World News. November 13, 1623 America, New York. Girl, 6, found dead in dog cage with tape over her mouth and nose, sister claims. Adoptive parents Isaac, 52, and Lehua Kalua, 43, were arrested on suspicion of second-degree murder on Wednesday, nearly 2 months after reporting their daughter Isabella, 6, missing.
November 13, 1622 America, New York. Packers star QB Aaron Rodgers cleared to play Sunday after COVID quarantine. Green Bay Packers star quarterback Aaron Rodgers has been activated off the NFL's reserve COVID-19 list, the team confirmed Saturday. November 13, 1620 America, New York. Some Afghans trying to flee country face exorbitant costs as Blinken touts success of efforts to help Americans. Afghans desperate to flee the country are increasingly having to negotiate with private operators charging exorbitant sums, while U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced on Friday that all Americans who have asked to leave Afghanistan have been offered an opportunity to do so. November 13, 1611 America, New York. Ex-Trump aide predicts how Bannon will respond to indictment. Stephanie Grisham, the White House press secretary for former President Donald Trump, predicts how Trump allies will respond to indictments against them. November 13, 1601 America, New York. Christie reveals what Trump said to him when he was hospitalized. In a new book, Chris Christie says that former President Donald Trump called him when he was sick with COVID-19 and asked if Christie was going to say Trump infected him, according to the New York Times. November 13, 1526 America, New York. COP26 climate agreement reached in Glasgow with unprecedented reference to fossil fuels. A COP26 climate agreement was reached in Glasgow on Saturday after marathon talks, marked by stark differences between wealthy and developing nations. November 13, 1517 America, New York. A severe thunderstorm watch in effect Saturday includes New York City. A severe thunderstorm watch is in effect until 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday across parts of the Northeast, according to NOAA's Storm Prediction Center. November 13, 1511 America, New York. Over 50 dead and 12 injured after clashes at same Ecuadorian prison where a riot left more than 100 dead in September. At least 58 inmates died and 12 were injured after violence broke out at one of Ecuador's largest prisons.
CNN.com World. November 13, 1511 America, New York. Over 50 dead and 12 injured after clashes at same Ecuadorian prison where a riot left more than 100 dead in September. At least 58 inmates died and 12 were injured after violence broke out at one of Ecuador's largest prisons.
RT World News. November 13, 1505 America, New York. Polish soldier dies at border with Belarus. A Polish soldier has died at the country's eastern border with Belarus. Poland's military has confirmed, adding that his death was a result of an accident, and that no third parties were involved.